Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Chris. Today I'm going to give you a glimpse inside on how to make these 8-bit 3D sprites. They're made of blocks of wood. They're really fun to do. They're very easy to do, and they're going to be finished in different ways. So join us and let's see how we did it. Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today's a trip down memory lane, and oh my goodness, this is going to be a good one. We're not going to be doing so much woodworking today. However, we are still going to be using these wooden blocks. I have quite a few of them here. You can get these at your local craft store or on Amazon, and we're going to make this little guy here. When I was a kid, oh man, it's so nostalgic just looking at him. When I was a kid, I used to go around before I even entered level 1, and we turned this green tunic Link into, that's right, getting the blue ring. You get all the rupees from It's a Secret to Everybody. You know those rooms if you played the game. And you get 250 rupees, I believe, and then you unlock the ability to purchase the blue ring. Now, we're gonna make that version of him today, but we're gonna use this as a guide to do so. So come on and let's see how we did it. Okay, the first step in this process, I go ahead and trace a grid out on him just to make it easier for me to see what I'm doing when I assemble the pieces later on. Now that the grid is finalized, I get a number for what I need for each of the colors. I need 38 blue pieces, 54 tan pieces, and 69 brown, giving me a total of 161. It's so much easier to put these in piles of the exact number you need before making them the different colors. It just makes the process go a lot easier. So in order to make these colors really pop, I find that instead of using Sharpies or any type of paint, that stamp pads are really the way to go. You can get these at your local craft store as well, or my wife's craft room if you're me. But check it out, I've done a few already. So here's some samples of each color here, here, and here. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the end grain of each of these, give it a little more richness, a little more vibrance, and that's how we're gonna dye these up. And now the coloring process begins. This is fairly straightforward. You simply just dab on that little piece of wood on the stamp pad and it makes the color almost instantly. These stamp pads make this process go very quickly. I definitely recommend using this over any other method. Now I went to my local office supply store and you can find these laminating sheets that are self-adhesive. So what I do is I lay one out and I start building this little character up just like this. Process took me probably about 10 minutes to do, not very long. And now we just sandwich them again on another piece of laminating paper and we'll be good to go, or so I thought. And what you're about to witness here is a pretty big failure on my part in this project. Well, the stamp pad, the ink never had a time to dry because of the end grain. The end grain choice was a bad selection. It never did stick, but it had me think outside the box here and I came up with a different solution. Hey guys, as you can tell, it's the next day and the next process in this, well, I'm gonna introduce you to these three other little guys we made. My kids and I made these a few years ago. We basically color these with Sharpies and put another sheet of self-adhesive laminate on top. So basically it sandwiches it together, take an X-Acto knife or a razor blade, of course I did that, and we cut it out and then we put these little wall hangers and we hung them on the wall. So this worked great. So I'm thinking, well, let's just do it on a bigger scale. Well, it didn't work that way. The stamp pads I used, the problem is that I chose to use end grain in these blocks. Well, end grain just is not, it's too porous, all right? It's just not a very good surface to have anything like a laminating sheet stick to. So what we're doing is we're changing it a little bit. I'm taking some of this watered down PVA. I'll show you a picture on screen now of me doing this earlier. I didn't film it because I was just kind of bummed that it didn't work. And I wasn't sure if this was gonna work. So it does, it really does work. And this is a very solid piece now. This little guy here is not going anywhere. So the next step in this process is to peel this piece off the back. We're gonna take more of this watered down PVA solution and we're gonna paint the back of it with that to kind of give it a nice, I don't know what you would call it, I guess a rigid structure on both sides. So without further ado, let's do that. At this point, it's time to remove the backing and apply another coat of the PVA solution to the back of this little character. And these coats do a great job of really holding all these blocks together in one central mass. Like I said before, since those laminating sheets didn't work this time, it kind of forced me to think of something else. So I'm going to use a 2-part epoxy to go ahead and put a top coat on this guy. I go ahead and pour it on and essentially just rub it down with a foam brush until I get a nice even coat over the whole character. Once the epoxy is evenly coated, I take a little blowtorch to it and get rid of some of those air bubbles. And this is a pretty cool moment. This turned out way better than those laminating sheets. Check that out. All right, so at this point, these ones we made quite a few years ago, the laminating sheets have turned out pretty well and they're actually holding up pretty nicely. However, one of them, it didn't hold together so well. So here's the plan. We're gonna take it, we're gonna put more of this PVA solution on it, and hopefully we get a good result. So I took the front of this laminating sheet off of this little mushroom guy because it was peeling off in the corners, and also I want to demonstrate another method of finishing these in case you wanted to do it this way. After that PVA solution has dried completely, I go ahead and just simply spray on a few coats of polyurethane. That's all there is to it. So now it's time to go ahead and display the art that we made from the nostalgic 80s. This project was absolutely just awesome. It was so much fun to do. I'm gonna go ahead and take some of these corrugated or shark's tooth picture hangers, if you will, and go ahead and apply them on the wall just like this. And of course, I gotta bring the little girl along to make sure she approves. I think she really likes the snake. Oh man, oh, I love that little girl so much. And there they are, final product. I really hope this has inspired you guys to get out there and make some 8-bit video game artwork yourself. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us for this one. This was a fun project for us. Again guys, we always invite you to subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna have a few more videos over here as well. And again, your viewership is enough for us. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next time. This has been A Glimpse Inside. Say bye. Wee! Woo-ha!